Hello and welcome to this episode of the Insight series. Today we continue our journey through the 12 laws of the universe with our examination of the fourth law in this series, the law of vibration. This is perhaps my favorite law of all. Everyone talks about the law of attraction, but the law of attraction is only a secondary law to the law of vibration. In effect, both of these laws work together in unison to attract whatever is vibrating on the frequency of your dominant thoughts. I'm going to delve deep into the law of vibration in order to explain it to you in the best possible terms. This will require a miniature science lesson initially, but bear with me as it will set the foundation that will enable you to understand the rest of the mind-expanding material in this lesson. So, what exactly is the law of vibration? The law of vibration decrees that everything vibrates, nothing is stagnant. No matter what object you set your eyes on in the physical world, everything is vibrating at incomprehensible speeds at the quantum level. The quantum level refers to energy. That is the smallest possible constituent that everything is comprised of. Put differently, everything in our universe is made of energy vibrating at various degrees of vibration. Albert Einstein revealed the greatest scientific discovery of our time when he said E equals mc squared. In effect, it represents the idea that matter is nothing more than stored energy. In other words, every physical object in the known universe is like a container for stored energy. A rock is energy, a cookie is energy, your body is energy, everything is energy. More specifically, everything is energy moving at different rates of vibration that might convert into other more or less active forms of energy. For example, water can convert into energy at a low speed of vibration, which we call ice, or a high speed of vibration, which we call steam. Perhaps a graphic way to understand this concept of stored energy is to consider an atomic bomb. This bomb is a physical object that contains an enormous amount of stored energy, which is released following a violent impact. Interestingly, the energy stored inside every human being is 88,403 times more potent than that contained within an atomic bomb. This might sound ridiculous, but that is precisely what Einstein told us with E equals mc squared. Let's look at this from a different perspective in order to give you a different level of understanding. One sheet of paper is 500,000 atoms thick. These atoms refer to energy that vibrates at a certain frequency to provide the form we denote as paper. If you strike a match to this paper, you accelerate the speed of its vibration. This acceleration causes the energy to change form from paper to air, ether, or gas. Nothing was destroyed, merely transmuted into a different form of energy. That is why we say energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It merely changes in and out of different forms. Energy is the cause and effect of itself. This is the basis on which all religions proclaim that we have a soul that lives on after death. The soul refers to the energy changing form on the basis that energy cannot be destroyed. Quantum physicists have discovered that deep down inside seemingly solid objects are worlds of molecules and atomic particles, vibrating, rotating, and orbiting at incomprehensible speeds. And inside those particles are smaller subatomic particles. Now, quantum mechanics reveals that those tiny particles of matter are also waves of energy, and that both matter and energy can act as either a particle or a wave. In other words, the two states actually do become each other. What this means is that you are not separate from the world you observe and define as outside you. Your perception determines the shape of your reality. Quantum entities exist in multiple possible realities called superpositions. This means that any given moment contains unlimited futures that can become real. The reality that occurs is the one that you pay attention to. In effect, your thought waves are energy that penetrates all time and space to create the future you are about to live. You truly are the architect of your own destiny. More on that in a minute, but for now let's dig deeper into the different energy waves that pervade our lives. We have already stated that everything in our external physical world is vibrating, but what exactly does that mean? In effect, it means that our external world is comprised of a wide spectrum of different energies, some perceptible to us but most imperceptible. We know that energy moves in waves, that waves come in a range of amplitudes or intensities, and frequencies or speeds, which gives them unique qualities and behaviors. We also know that energy waves travel through a medium or a field like air, water, or even awareness. The easiest way for you to comprehend these energy waves is to consider all the different mobile phone frequencies, TV channel and radio channel frequencies that are whizzing over your head all the time. Just because you can't physically see these energy waves does not mean they are not there. You can tune into these frequencies if you have an adequate receiver. For example, your television will give you the ability to tune into thousands of different frequencies. These energy waves comprise of low frequency waves at one end of the spectrum and high frequency waves at the other end of the spectrum. Low frequency waves have a long wavelength and low energy, while high frequency waves have a short wavelength and high energy. For example, electromagnetic radiation refers to the radiant energy released by certain electromagnetic processes. It's characterized by the frequency or wavelength of its vibration. In order of increasing frequency, this includes radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, visible light, ultraviolet radiation, X-rays, and gamma rays. Only the visible light vibration is visible to the human eye. The rest are invisible. Sound and heat also have different types of energy waves moving at various frequencies. Your own body is teeming with vibrational waves of energy and consciousness, from the cycles of your breath and heartbeat to your electrical brain waves. If you could magnify any part of your body down to the cellular level, you will be able to see cells dividing into new cells. This process in and of itself requires constant movement, but the cells themselves are made of atoms, and these atoms are comprised of energy that is forever moving at a high speed of vibration. Every thought is nothing more than an impulse of energy moving at a high speed of vibration. Your conscious awareness of this vibration is referred to as feelings. If you become consciously aware that you are in a negative vibration, then you will feel bad. You can change how you feel by changing what you are thinking about. It's literally impossible to feel bad when you focus your mind on a pleasant thought. This awareness gives you the power to change your level of vibration, which in effect changes your feeling, which changes your action, which changes your life. You have a sixth sense that can pick up on the vibration that other people are in. This intuitive factor gives you insights into the thoughts that are pervading that person's mind. That is why you often get a gut feeling when something is not right or out of place. You're picking up on a negative vibration. It is also how you're able to determine if someone behind you is looking at you. You just get a feeling that eyes are trained on you, and then sure enough, you turn around and catch someone in the act. But how does this happen? Well, it happens because they were looking at you, which effectively means they were thinking about you. Thought is a form of energy moving at a certain rate of vibration. In effect, you tune into their frequency because their thought impulse was being focused directly at you. This is also demonstrated when you start singing a song seconds before it comes on the radio. In effect, you tuned into the frequency along which the energy of that particular vibration was flowing. It is also demonstrated when you have been thinking about someone you haven't seen or heard from in a while, and out of the blue, they give you a call. In effect, they picked up on your thought vibration. It activated cells of recognition in their brain, and they got the urge to give you a call. No doubt you wrote these circumstances off as a coincidence, but in truth, there are no such things. Your mind is a finely tuned instrument that has the ability to pick up and decipher energy moving at various speeds of vibration. So, how can you use the law of vibration to achieve success in your life? Ultimately, your level of vibration is directly controlled by your thoughts. If you are feeling bad, then you are in a negative vibration. If you are feeling good, you are in a positive vibration. Your feelings are conscious awareness of your vibration. You need to become aware of how you are feeling from moment to moment. The way you feel is directly attributed to the thoughts you are thinking. Negative thoughts create negative feelings, which manifest as low-frequency vibrations that attract low-frequency results, resonating on that frequency. Conversely, positive thoughts create positive feelings which manifest as high-frequency vibrations, which attract high-frequency results, resonating on that frequency. If you are feeling bad, then you need to eject the thoughts generating those feelings and focus on something more positive. Your mind thinks in pictures. Your brain cells are the files within which you store these mental pictures. Negative vibration means that you are accessing brain cells that store negative imagery. You can switch to a positive vibration by focusing on positive imagery. Think about things that make you happy. Do things that make you happy. Listen to music that makes you happy. Go for a walk in the woods or a stroll on the beach. Walking in nature is proven to trigger high-frequency vibration. This is because we are serenaded in the pitch-perfect vibrations emanating from the plant kingdom. But you know what's even more shocking? It has been scientifically proven that plants can pick up and respond to your vibration in the most astounding ways. In effect, a plant is so effective at picking up your vibration that it can read your mind. Allow me to elaborate further. Cleve Baxter is a polygraph specialist with the CIA, where he instituted their still active polygraph program. One evening, while he was sitting in his laboratory, a large-leaved tropical plant called a Dracania caught his eye. Out of pure curiosity, he decided to attach electrodes to the leaves of this plant. Baxter wondered if he could measure the osmosis level after watering the plant. So he hooked up the polygraph machine to the plant and waited. For some unknown reason, the readout produced by the stylus on the graph paper moved in the direction opposite to what he had expected. Puzzled, he wondered why. Having pondered over the reasons, he thought to himself, what would happen if I got a match and burnt the leaf? At that instant, there was a sharp, sudden convulsion of the recording pen. He had not moved. Could the plant have read his mind? Plants, of course, are made up of cells which structurally and functionally are very similar to our own cells. Some plants, like humans, seem to be smarter and quicker at picking up on thoughts than others. Our thoughts and emotions are registered in every one of our cells, whether it be our liver, heart, kidney, or other. It was obvious that plants were picking up on the thought vibrations of human subjects. He conducted hundreds of different studies with different species of plants, and they all confirmed this fact. Perhaps his most famous study involved placing two large plants adjacent to each other in a room. 6 of his research assistants drew lots. One of them received instructions to effectively rip one of the plants to pieces in front of the other plant. The 5 other students left the room, and the culprit ripped the plant out of its pot and tore the leaves to shreds. Baxter re-entered the room, attached his polygraph galvanometer to the unscathed plant, and then asked his assistants to enter the room one at a time. There was no response on the graph paper until the perpetrator entered the room. At that moment, the recording needle went into convulsive oscillations on the graph paper, and the plant seemed to recognize the guilty party. What did it recognize, though? It certainly was not the color of hair, clothing, facial features, or even the guilty party's expectations of being caught. Again, it is probably what Baxter calls primary perception. Consider it conjecture, but I suspect it could be information from the implicit order. This refers to the energy sea of consciousness that we are all bathed in, and thereby connected to each other, and in some mysterious way, every living thing in our world, whether it be plant, animal, or human. This is perhaps the greatest proof we have that our thought waves vibrate at a frequency that penetrates all time and space. So how else can you apply the law of vibration to your life? Well, you can make someone more receptive to the actions you wish them to take by tuning into their frequency. You do this by paying careful attention to the words they are using. Words are nothing more than thought energy waves transmuted into sound energy waves. Your eardrum is the receiving station, and your brain can thus decipher how that other person is feeling. In effect, through active listening, you can tap into the frequency of thought originating in the mind of another person. This reveals itself in the words they use, the tone of their voice, and their body language. Considering these attributes, you instinctively know whether they are in a good or bad vibration. When you get a feel for their frequency, adapt what you are saying to induce a state of higher vibration in that person. You do that by giving them the ability to experience positive expectancy. We already know that mind and spirit are always for expansion. Anything you can do that will give that person a sense of positive expectancy will raise their level of vibration. You could, for example, give them a sincere compliment or give them the ability to improve any aspect of their lives. Sending them positive energy in the form of sincere compliments or advice will lift their spirits. Interestingly, lifting one's spirits is nothing more than raising the level of vibration. Always remember, no matter what circumstances you face in life, there is always a gap between your recognition of the circumstance and how you respond to that circumstance. You need to realize the existence of this gap and use it to respond with positive expectancy instead of reacting with negative intent. Remember, the law of polarity suggests there is some good in every bad. By focusing on this good, you vibrate at a higher frequency, which in turn will attract that which will get you through the circumstance. However, if you react negatively, you are vibrating on low frequencies, which will continue to attract negative thoughts that self-perpetuate even more negative results. The highest possible frequencies you can emit are those of love, gratitude, and positive expectancy. So give love to everyone you meet. It costs you nothing to give everyone a friendly smile. Be friendly, warm, and sincere. Engage people in conversation and do your best to brighten up their day. Treat everyone you meet as the most important person in the world, and when they speak, give them your undivided attention. Continuously give thanks for all the things in your life that you are grateful for. It might be your parents, your spouse, your kids, the sunrise, or that freshly ground coffee that awakens your senses. No matter how bad your current circumstances are, focus on the good that's about to reveal itself as it sails over the horizon and into your life. When you practice these things, you start vibrating on the highest possible frequencies. When you do that, you will attract a life of purpose, health, wealth, and happiness. You will find joy in every moment, and it will pervade the full spectrum of life activities. This is perhaps the most complex lesson in the entire series, but I really felt I had to give you the science behind the law of vibration in order to illuminate your understanding. By now, I hope you realize that the law of vibration underpins the law of attraction. In effect, both work synergistically to attract into your life that which is resonating at your level of vibration. So please choose your thoughts carefully. You have no idea how powerful they are in creating your life. If you upgraded to the gold version of the Insight series, then I highly recommend you download the transcripts and MP3 files pertaining to this lesson. The only way to assimilate the information revealed here today is to immerse yourself in it repeatedly. So read the transcripts through several times, listen to the MP3 files in your car over and over again, complete the exercises in the workbook. Do this and you will gain a deep understanding of the law of vibration and begin to apply it consciously in your daily life. Once again, this lesson is too powerful to keep all to yourself, so be sure to click on the social sharing icons on this page and share this information with your friends and loved ones. Doing so in and of itself is an act of love that puts you in a positive vibration. Furthermore, I invite you to leave a comment under this video. I'd be really interested in hearing what you thought about the law of vibration. I really hope that you found today's lesson insightful. I'm Martin O'Flynn, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the Insight series.